Okay, so what happens when you trade your own family, your own culture, and your own identity just to serve people who will never see you as human? Today, we are breaking down the brutal, heartbreaking final pages of Ferdinand Oyono's masterpiece, Houseboy. So, probably if you think this is just another dry historical book, think again. This book basically is about a guy named Tundi who accidentally becomes the most dangerous man in the colonial town of Dangan. And it's not because he has a gun, but because he has eyes. Can you imagine? Because he knows too much, he is going to die just because he knows too much. Ah, let's get into it. So, quick context, right? Tundi Tundi is the houseboy for a French commandant in Cameroon. He's spent his whole life trying to be the perfect civilized French servant. But then the ultimate drama hit, the commandant's wife. The commandant's wife, Madame, starts having a wild, sloppy affair with the prisoner or the prison's director called M. Morel. Your guess is right as mine. Who is caught right in the middle, washing bed sheets, carrying secret letters? Tundi. So the real downfall begins when the commandant catches on. Right, he comes home early, completely crashed, and the domestic mask falls off. He's slamming drinks, throwing things, and shrinking away from his wife's touch. But here is the sick part. The moment the commandant notices Tundi in the room, he forces his wife to touch him. Why? Because the white master cannot look weak in front of a black servant. So then enters Khalesia. Khalesia is the new chambermaid in the residence, right? He is street smart woman, and she sees the writing boldly on the wall. Immediately, she comes to the residence. She pulls Tundi aside and gives him the best advice he will ever get. She tells him, Rano, leave tonight. Don't even wait for your month wages. Why? Because Khalesia understands colonial psychology. He tells Tundi that to the commandant, he is not a servant anymore. He is the eye of the witch. The, the eye of the witch. Every time the commandant or the white couple looks at Tundi, they don't see a houseboy. They see a mirror reflecting their own dirty secrets, their shame, and their hypocrisy. And people in power like hate nothing more than feeling small in front of the people they rule. They will destroy that mirror just to forget the reflection. But Tundi, oh, on Tekra, he stays. He is naive. He thinks, hey, I didn't do anything wrong. The law will protect me. And that was his big mistake. And this is where the trap closes, right? The colonial elite don't investigate, they manufacture. Another servant steals a cash box full of money and runs away. Then, oh, that is their perfect excuse. The commandant, the police chief, and the lover himself instantly team up to frame Tundi. The scene where they arrest Tundi during breakfast was shocking. The commandant and madam, who were screaming at each other the night before, were suddenly smiling and whispering. They realized that if they send Tundi to prison, that's it. It solves all their problems. It buries their marital scandal under a fake criminal charge. Tundi is dragged to the police camp, and the violence is raw, brutal. He is beaten with hippopotamus hide whip. His own countryman, a sergeant named Mendim, is forced to swing the whip. Mendim is literally begging Tundi in their local language that he should at least cry, because if he doesn't cry, they are not going to let him stop. But Tundi tries to hold all the pain in because his silence is his only remaining dignity. Sad. By the time they take Tundi to hospital, it's a wrap. Sorry for the laugh. The hospital is literally nicknamed the black man's grave because the white doctors don't care. A broken rib has punctured Tundi's lung. He is suffocating, vomiting blood, and running a 103-degree fever. The white doctor looks at the chart and literally tells the police, "Oh, don't worry, he won't slip through your fingers yet. We will look at him tomorrow." Wild. That midnight, Tundi hears them planning his final interrogation. He realizes that tomorrow means death. So at 3 a.m., bleeding and broken, he finally runs. He takes that slim chance and escapes to the border of Spanish Guinea. He escapes the French, but he can't escape his injuries. On his deathbed, he strips off his Christian name, Joseph. His final words are a heart-breaking reality check. And he says, "Brother," he said, "brother, what are we? What are we black men who are called French?" I am from Cameroon, my friend. I am Maka. I would have made old bones if I had been good and stayed at home in the village. So Tundi died, running away from the savage civilization he spent his life chasing. He should have listened to Khaleesi, obviously. But while they broke his body and erased his name from the house records, they couldn't erase his voice because he left behind his diary. The most interesting thing about this book is, all this while, we were reading from Tundi's diary. So, what do you think? Was Tundi's loyalty his ultimate flaw, or he was just a victim of a machine he couldn't beat? Drop your thoughts in the comment and hit that subscribe button. My name is Kwame, and I'm with Nwomafie. Thank you for having me.